And Jimmy, you've done a great job of honoring the legacy of the James H. Drew shows over the years. But tonight, we especially want to honor you for your passion and your commitment to our outdoor amusement industry. There's no doubt that we have a better industry today because of your efforts.
You could say that James Horace Drew III was born into the carnival. On June 21st, 1945, in Cincinnati, Ohio, his mother Eula took him straight from the hospital to the fairgrounds, and his father, the Georgia boy, James H. Drew. Many of our finest show families got into the business as a result of the Great Depression. Many of these companies are still around today, and the Drew family was and is one of those families. They left their Georgia home during the Depression to join the Cole Brothers Circus, just so they could make a living. In the winter of 1948, the Drews started their own midway with a 1948 Allen Herschel carousel with 20 wooden horses, a rare number 12 Eli wheel, a used swing ride, and 2 used kiddie rides. That spring, frequent rains kept people away, and payroll was not met. Fortunately, the Drews had 2 elephants, Bonnie and Sue, who would get the wagons out of the mud. One thing, though, the staff had to remember that Bonnie would only push, while Sue would only pull. Ingenuity and better weather brought crowds back. Payroll was met, and the show was saved, and the road was paved for James H. Drew III. When Jimmy was 15, he built a hot dog stand and operated it on the Drew Show's midway. He was quickly gaining experience, and thankfully so, because just before his senior year of college, the Georgia boy suffered a heart attack that took him away from the show and put his son in charge. Jimmy stayed on the road and has been there ever since. On one trip, Jimmy recalls that the county sheriff warned the show that floodwaters would put the show underwater in 6 hours if it didn't get moved. While the crew scrambled, tore down, and moved everything, well, almost everything, to higher ground. The only damage was to 2 kiddie ride loads that were washed away. Early on, OABA Hall of Fame members Bill Collins and Jerry Murphy encouraged Jimmy to get active in OABA leadership. Jimmy says if all industries were as productive as show people, our money would be at home instead of overseas, and America would be a healthier place.
In a conversation I recently had with Jimmy Drew, I learned the following things. Number 1, the devaluation of the American currency. Number 2, the names and party affiliations of all the governors in the past 50 years in the state of Georgia. Number 3, the precise weight, diameter, and length of a bolt he needed for his chairlift. And number 4, where to buy a roll of Stephen Foster tape for his band organ.
Jimmy has always been active in organizations. When he was young, he was an Eagle Scout. He is a lifetime member of the Masonic Lodge, the Scottish Rite, the York Rite, and the Alley Shrine Temple. Jimmy is also a leader in many showmen's associations. Jimmy has served 2 terms as a member of the August Richmond County Aviation Commission and was president of the Showmen's League twice. In fact, he is the only person to ever hold the SLA and OABA presidency when he achieved this feat in 1984. Today, the Drew Show serves the mountain areas of West Virginia, Kentucky, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Ohio. Over these many years, Jimmy is connected with a plethora of legendary names and incredible show people. He says that there are so many influences, it would be tough to name them all.
also a great friend of my father. And after Dad's death, I got a call from Jimmy as he was making his way across the country. He took a detour and called me from my dad's grave site. He'd made a stop to visit Dad's grave there in Lennox, South Dakota. 3 people had tracked him down and called me up to tell me that there was somebody in town looking to put flowers on my dad's grave site. So that was a nice effort on Jimmy's part, and one that I appreciate.
In 1973, Jimmy married Dixie Evangeline Mutimer. They have one son, James H. Drew IV, and a granddaughter, Carly. The Drews reside in Augusta, Georgia.
Jimmy, congratulations. You're one of the greatest people in show business I know. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't be sitting here doing this video for you. But again, I owe a lot to you. You're a great friend, a great operator, great carnival man, and we are really proud and pleased you're going into the Hall of Fame and joining other legends in this industry.
Tonight, James H. Jimmy Drew III is a member of the Outdoor Amusement Business Association Hall of Fame.